Hey, After Hours crew. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with me tonight. I have got my headphones on, so that means we have some awesome music ahead of us. I've heard so much about the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds album. Of course, I've heard some of their single tracks, and they were phenomenal. But this particular album has always been mentioned. And I think also when we lost Brian Wilson, this one came up a lot. And so I am so excited to sit back in this chair and listen to the full album with y'all tonight. So let's go ahead and let's kick back and let's enjoy. Oh, first song. Love this one. What a dreamy switch. Oh! It just feels like sunshine.
You know, it seems the more we talk about it, it only makes it worse to live without it. But let's talk about it. But wouldn't it be
Oh my gosh, that song has so much to it. It wasn't written, it was composed, it was orchestrated with a nice little cherry on top. Those vocals, I mean, there was just like so many layers. We had that deep horn and then those bright vocals. Their harmonies are so elegant and rich and beautiful. ending. There are so many parts in that song that were
I had to prove
so
that I could make
unexpected.
it alone now, but that's not me.
Oh, it was just so rich. It sounded so heavenly. It got straight to my soul at one point. And I never realized that the Beach Boys had so much, emotional depth. And then I hear that song and I'm like, wow. And what are these bells that sound like pianos?
I'm a little bit scared 'cause I haven't been home in a long time. You needed my love and I know that I left at the wrong time. My folks when I wrote and told them what I was up to said that's not me. I went through all kinds of changes, took a look at myself and said that's not me. I miss my bed and the places I'd known, and every night as I lay there alone I would dream. I once had a dream, so I packed up and split for the city. I soon found out that my lonely life wasn't so pretty. I'm glad I went, now I'm that much more sure that we're ready.
Oh, that's
I once
stunning.
had a dream, so I packed up and split for the city. I soon found out that my lonely life wasn't so pretty. I once had a dream, so I packed up and split for the city. I soon found out that my lonely life.
Okay, so why was I expecting nothing but surf rock? Have I not realized that there is so much more to the Beach Boys? I was just thinking, okay, we're gonna get like 30 minutes of surf rock. Oh my gosh.
In your sight, and I can see so much in your eyes. There are words we both could say, but don't talk. Put your head on my shoulder. Come close, close your eyes and be still. Don't talk.
Wow, I love that vocal.
And let me hear your heartbeat.
It's like a trance-like harmony.
Being here with you feels so right. We could live forever tonight. Let's not think about tomorrow. And don't talk. Put your head on my shoulder. Come close, close your eyes and be still. Don't talk, take my hand and listen to my heartbeat. Listen, listen, listen.
Wow. Whoa. The violin.
Don't talk, put your head on my shoulder. Don't talk, close your eyes and be still.
What in the heck is going on? I just felt like I was trapped in a elegant Pink Floyd song. This is the Beach Boys. How do they sound like all of this? Like, this is insane. They had a violin. They have used so many instruments in what, 3 or 4 songs?
Came along when he broke your heart. That's when you needed someone.
What?
Forget about him. I gave you love with a brand new start. That's what you needed the most, to set your broken heart free. I know you cried and you felt blue.
What are these
But when
instruments?
I gave strength to you. I'm waiting for the day when you can love again. I've kissed your
Oh my gosh!
lips when your face looked sad. It made me
What?
think about him, and that you still loved him so. Don't you know? But pretty soon I made you feel glad that you belong to me, and love began to show. He hurt you then, but
They were back down
that's all gone.
after we just had an explosion of colorful sounds.
I'm waiting for the day when you can love He hurt you then, but that's all done. I guess I'm saying you're the only one. I'm waiting for the day when you can love again. You didn't think that I could sit around and let him work. You didn't think that I could sit around and watch him take you. You didn't think that I could sit around and watch him go.
Wow.
You didn't think that I could sit back and let you go. You didn't think.
Oh, he said, "That's my woman." What a switch in emotions this song had. And it was like his emotions of how he felt watching his girl go. He said, "I'm not letting you." Oh my gosh, but it made me so happy when the instruments ramped up. It's just so many sounds that they made composed together. It sounded so good. It made me happy. This album is making me happy and feels so many things. And I didn't expect that from the Beach Boys. Okay, but see, how do they go from sounding like Pink Floyd-ish in one song to in the next song sounding like a more sophisticated and elegant version of like a Chicago or a Supertramp? How do you do
We
that?
come on the sloop, John B. My grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roam, drinking all night. Got into a
More
fight.
bells.
Well, I feel so broken. I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. sail. See how the mainsail sets. Call for the captain ashore. Let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. Yeah, yeah. Well, I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. The first mate, he got home.
I love how they bring the vocals in.
And the captain's drunk. The constable had to come and take him away. Sheriff John Stone, why don't you leave me alone? Yeah. Well, I feel so broke up. I wanna go home. So hoist up the John B. Hoist up the John B. See how the mainsail, see how the mainsail. Call for the captain ashore. Let me go home. Let me go home. I wanna go home. Let me go home. Hoist up the John B. Hoist up the John B. Feel so broke up. I wanna go home. Let me go home. Poor cook, he caught the fit and threw away all my grit. And then he took and he ate up all of my corn. Let me go home. Why don't they let me go home? This is the worst trip I've ever been on. Hoist up the John B. Hoist up the John B. See how the mainsail, see how the mainsail. Call for the captain ashore. Let me go, let me
I don't think you find better vocal harmonies anywhere, and I mean that. And at every level, their vocal harmonies are probably the best of all time.
I may
More
not
bells.
always love you,
Oh,
but long as there
Oh.
are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll
So
make
romantic.
You so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you.
what are these sounds?
If you should ever leave me, well, life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living do me? God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, the life would still go on, believe me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would living
Okay, Kevin.
do me? God only
layered. Okay, I've already been swept away and romanced by that song before, so this time I think what amazed me the most was, of course, the instrumentation. It wasn't a drum, it wasn't a clap, it wasn't a snap, it wasn't a pop, but somehow it was all of those all at once. It was just such a cool little rhythm, and I loved it.
I know so many people who think they can do it alone. They isolate their heads and stay in their safety zone. Now what can you tell them? And what can you say that would make them defensive? They're so uptight. They trip through the day and waste all their thoughts at night. Now how can I come up and tell them the way that they live could be better? I know there's an answer.
Slinky. Oh! What? Ah! It's so nasty. So gritty and dirty and nasty to heaven. That one was great. It was like cool and trippy and colorful, a little bit slinky, and had like a gritty moment just thrown in there that somehow fit. It was perfect. And I always want to ask, like, what are these instruments? But it's like 8 instruments and 8 different sounds in each song.
Your days go wrong, it makes your nights so long. You've got to keep in mind love is here today and it's gone. Tomorrow it's here and gone so fast. Right now you think that she's perfection. This time is really an exception. Well, you know I hate to be a downer, but I'm the guy she left before you found her. I gone. Tomorrow's here and gone so fast.
It's giving us all the dirty details. So great.
Keep in mind love is here today and it's gone. Tomorrow it's here and gone so fast. Love is here today and it's gone. Tomorrow it's here and gone so
What band did they work with to have so many great instruments? I mean, the horns have so much depth when they're added into the songs. It's so great. Brian Wilson produced the mess out of this. There are layers and layers and layers and instruments and instruments and instruments.
Been trying hard to find the people that I won't leave behind. They say I got brains, but they ain't doing me no good. I wish they could. Each time things start to happen again, I think I got something good going for myself. But what goes wrong? Sometimes I feel very sad. Sometimes I feel very sad. Sometimes I feel very sad. I guess I just wasn't made for these times. Every time I get the inspiration to go change things around, no one wants to help me look for places where new things might be found. Where can I turn when my fair weather friends come round? What's it all about? Each time things start to happen again, I think I got something good going for myself. But what goes wrong? Sometimes I feel very sad. Sometimes I feel very sad. Sometimes I feel very sad too. I guess I just wasn't made for these times. I guess I just wasn't made for these times. I guess I just wasn't made for these times. I guess I just wasn't made for these times. I just wasn't made for these times. I guess I just wasn't made for these
Oh my gosh. This is the final song. I don't want it to be over. So cool. What a trip. Oh. Swanky, y'all. Wow.
Where did your long hair go?
Oh, we have more. I thought it was over.
Girl I used to know.
That's not anything else on the list.
How could you lose that happy glow?
That last song made me feel like I was on a magic carpet ride.
Took that look away. I remember how you used to say you'd never change, but that's not true. Oh, Caroline, you break my heart. I
He feels his pain.
want to cry.
Oh.
It's so sad to watch a sweet thing die. Oh, Caroline, why could I ever find in you again things that made me love you so much then? Could we ever bring them back once they have gone? Oh, Caroline,
Just so rich. So rich. And you felt his pain in those vocals. I felt like I wanted to cry with him. This is Pet Sounds. Is this the final song? What just happened? No, I seriously mean that. What just happened? I can tell you this is probably one of the most unexpected reactions I've had in a long time. I heard so much about the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds album. And I feel like I've heard a lot of Beach Boys. So coming into this, I was expecting like surf rock pop sound. I had no clue, like absolutely no clue that they had this much to them. Brian Wilson, oh my gosh, he's a genius. Like this album was like so complex. It was I'm assuming it was like one of those like concept albums, because to me it felt like I was in an art experience with all these beautiful sounds and all these beautiful designs and all these beautiful rich colors all around me. It felt like super immersive for 36 minutes. It felt like I was experiencing something that was so artistic and so beautiful. And that's because of Brian Wilson. I mean, there were so many layers of sounds in every song, and we could talk about every single one of them. There was always something outstanding, some moment that you weren't expecting that somehow fit into the song perfectly, and it kind of just left your jaw on the ground. He also incorporated such unique sounds. There were so many times where I was listening, I was like, well, what is it? That is an instrument that I've never heard before. Or it was an instrument, but it was brought in and used in a way that I've never heard before as well. And I just thought that there had to be so much effort and thought and genius that had to go into making this entire album, that I was sitting here just completely mind blown, but having the time of my life. Also, expecting it to be surf rock, I didn't expect there to be much depth to the music. I thought it was just going to be like, come in here, have a good time. But there was a lot of depth to so many of the songs. I feel like we explored like a lot of complex emotions, like love, and some of it was like feeling alone, and there was so much more in between. And that was something else that I didn't expect. So to me, hearing the Beach Boys, sometimes I want to call them the Beatles, but I feel like I did read in the comments once that like the Beach Boys were our answer to the Beatles, and after listening to this album, I can so totally get that. But to me, this made me love the Beach Boys in such a different way. And maybe it's not a love that I gained from this album. I think that it was a love. I enjoyed them and I really liked them before. But listening to this full album in its length, I really can say that I truly love them. And I can see how they could rival the Beatles. But more so, what I gained from this full album is respect. Respect in the type of band that they were, because they were also so sophisticated and elegant with the instruments. And I want to know who the band is that played with them. But not just the instruments, the harmonies. You can't talk about the Beach Boys and not talk about the harmonies. They were so grown up in this one, and elegant and beautiful, and sometimes, I'm sorry, absolutely heavenly. To me, this wasn't just like pop and surf rock. To me, this was art. It felt like we were immersed in like a beautiful, colorful soundscape, and I absolutely loved it. It was deep, it was vulnerable, it was a masterpiece, and I'm so glad that I got to experience it. So thanks for being here, guys. I had such a great time listening to this. I don't know what my next full album will be, but I'll be in the comments to see what you guys have for suggestions. But I'm glad that you decided to check in and hang out with me tonight. I hope you had a good time. I truly did, and I'm thankful for your suggestions, for your friendship, and for the time that you spend in the evenings just watching some great TV, great movies, and listening to some great music with me. Bye, y'all.